So looking at every option around the league, that would be aggressive. So how aggressive would it be taking a quarterback at 6, and who would it be? Do you want to read the hand sizes? I know you've been very excited about this episode.
Yeah, so Malik Willis's hand size, 9.5 inches, which is like what mine was. We measured before the show.
We did measure Emerson's hands before the show.
9.5, and then Jesse, you were around like 7.5-ish, right?
Yeah, it was a lot smaller.
Okay.
Matt Corral's 9 5/8. Desmond Ridder, 10-inch hands. So that's probably the 3 in the running, right? What do we think, Pearce? It's also kind of complicated, the quarterback situation, because Panthers are on the hook for $18.9 million guaranteed.
Is that Darnold?
After they picked up Darnold's 5th-year option last offseason.
Hand sizes, darts, Mitch Trubisky. We really need games to start back.
Yeah, it's only going to get weirder, man.
Yeah, it is. But I think this is a perfect example. If we're just talking about all kinds of things, and that talk is just going to keep happening with these quarterbacks, the more that we go over them, it's not going to look like, it looks like a stretch right now to take any of these quarterbacks with the 6th pick. But as we spend the next 2 months going over it and over it, and as these agents drop stories into the media and work the GMs, by the time we get to the draft, and we're already seeing like 4 quarterbacks are projected to go in the top 15, they're going to keep getting more hype. I mean, the hype train's just now leaving the station. It's going to get worse. And by the time the draft rolls around, they might be lucky to get a quarterback with the 6th pick. If you're in the top 5, this is a great opportunity to trade down to a team that's desperate for a quarterback. I'm looking at you, Jacksonville. Trade down and stack your team.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's okay.
Good advice.
Whoa.
Jeff, what do we think?
Yeah, trade down, sign Mitch Trubisky, and your problems will be solved. But no, the Jacksonville won't do that. It won't be the Mitch train. But we've already seen it, right? If you're on Twitter last night, what did we see? We saw Malik Willis throwing the ball about 80 yards in the combine. That's fantastic, except he missed the receiver by like 10 yards, right? So, anyways, it is. Someone's definitely going in the top 5 here. I don't know if it's going to be Malik Wilson yet. Matt Corral is getting talked up a little bit. One of the dudes, the Titans, Sam Howell, was getting talked up as well. Desmond Ridder testing off the charts. Here's the thing about the Carolina Panthers. They should have taken the quarterback last year. Why didn't they take Justin Fields? I mean, it's just that this team it's absolutely out to lunch that now they're thinking about taking quarterback. Now, when the draft class is clearly weaker, they're now on the hook for Darnold. Now, like, oh yeah, I think we'll take a quarterback now. I almost just don't want to talk about the Panthers. It's so ridiculous how they've handled their quarterback situation. And they probably will take a quarterback at 6 now because they've left themselves with no options. They've paid to see Sam Darnold, and they don't like what they see, and they've backed themselves into a corner. So they're another team. Could be in the Mitch Trubisky sweepstakes, but from all accounts, it sounds like they're going draft this year, which is obviously the most backwards thing considering where they were last year in the draft.
Steve, do you think it's very backwards to pick up a quarterback in the draft? Also, Cam Newton, unrestricted free agent. They could possibly bring him back.
That sounds great.
I'm back.
Mitch Trubisky, Cam Newton. Let's just throw that idiot Nick Foles in the mix as well.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, these guys keep talking about, there's a good chance that a quarterback's going to go in the top 5. So I want to present this question to Jeff. Which team is taking a quarterback in the top 5? Like, which one of those teams is taking it? Maybe Houston, but I feel like they feel like Davis Mills is the guy. So I don't think – so you tell me, which team is taking a quarterback in the top 5? Because I don't see a team.
No, I think there'd be a trade. I definitely agree. I don't see a clear path for any of the teams in the top 5 right now to take quarterback, but I definitely think that one of those teams will be smart enough to accept a trade and trade back. So
I mean, if anything,
and Houston could be one of them. Houston is definitely one of them. Like, I think you're right. There's no better option than Davis Mills in this quarterback class, or at least not by leaps and bounds, right? So I think Houston is a very viable trade candidate.
Like, the way I see it right now, the first team that legitimately needs a quarterback other than the Panthers is probably the Broncos at 9. Then you got Washington at 11, and then maybe even Minnesota at 12. Those could be the teams in the top 15 who are in the running for a quarterback. So if anything, Carolina might be able to trade back and still get their quarterback. I think that's how this scenario should go down, because Carolina should not be picking a quarterback at number 6. There's other talented guys that should be going at 6 other than a quarterback. So I think that Carolina could potentially trade back, still get their quarterback. But let me tell you, they need the quarterback. Sam Darnold is not the answer. 3 games of glory. That's what Sam Darnold's legacy is going to go down as a Carolina Panther. first 3 games, and then he turned into Sam Darnold once again. He didn't see ghosts. He turned into one. That's what the legacy of Sam Darnold is going to go down as. They should trade back, still get their quarterback, but they should absolutely be trying to get one.